Up next, Formula One A-Main.
Jamie Holmes, Gavin Dawson, Matthew van der Haas, Neville Bishop, Martin Irawan, Richard Price, Jason Helk, Daniel York, Robin Upton, Matthew van der Haas, Jason Helk, Daniel York, Neville Bishop, Jamie Holmes. Martin Irawan. 2 minutes to the start of the race.
That was a very fitting tribute to Murray McDonald. Murray has always been a massive supporter of the Formula One class throughout his years, and anybody who knew Murray would know that he was a massive supporter of Ferrari. So our second place starter for today, Gavin, has his car decked out in the current livery for the 2024 Champion Series, the Miami spec with the Hewlett-Packard flanks on it of the blue. Not quite the Hewlett-Packard blue, but it's a pretty close colour. So making updates on the fly, there was Gavin. So our starting order is we have Jamie Holmes on 1, Gavin Dawson on 2, Matthew van der Haas in 3, Neville Bishop in 4, Martin Irawan in 5, Richard Price in 6, Jason Helg in the 7, Daniel York in 8, and Robin Upton in the 9. Class is a little lighter than last meeting. A few people away doing different things over this weekend, which is just how it rolls sometimes. Field is heavily stacked with X-rays. Must admit though, Martin Irawan running the new Infinity Formula One chassis. I'm probably going to do a bit of an expose next time we go racing, which is on King's birthday weekend. We'll do a bit of an deep dive into that chassis and show you what it looks like, because it's a cool bit of kit. It's actually got a monocoque chassis and it's just like the real thing. Martin's still learning the car and he's still coming to grips with it, having reigned Tamiya's for ever. But yeah, so here we are. We're all gridded up. We're ready to go. We're under starters orders now as we're just waiting for the last stragglers of marshals to get into spot. And then we'll get this one underway. Here we go. And on the sound of the beep beep, we're away. Jamie leading his way from his P1 spot, being already hotly pursued by Gavi in the second spot with his Ferrari. Third spot still held by Matthew van der Haas in the Racing Point, as I'm being well and truly informed. It's a Racing Point BWT car, not the Force India or not an Alpine. It's a Racing Point. So we'll get that one. Thanks, Matt. It's a Racing Point. I've got that. Neville Bishop holding on to that 4th spot in this stage with his... Generally, he changes his chassis as often as he changes his underpants, so I'm assuming it's an Exotech at the moment. It could very well be a Schumacher. It just depends on what he decided to run during qualifying, but yeah, Nev can put in some stellar drives and really turn it up and put the heat on the front runners. Going into this meeting, he was holding down 4th spot in the points tally. And after a fairly subdued run in the Nationals, he's looking to redeem himself over the course of the next few meetings as we look. There's a bit of a battle going on now as they're coming through the infield after the stripe round the final turn and into the back straightaway. We call it a straightaway when it's actually got a dog leg in it, and we're only we only have to do that because of the confined space that we run to, but the guys can get some plenty of speed in there. Mod guys, they wind up pretty well, especially going when we run the other rotation. And then just out of shot of the camera, there's a switchback section there with 2 lots of chicanes in it before we come to the stripe. So Gavin's now leading the way. We've got him being chased by Jamie, following him down the back straight now as they come in through the infield, trying to keep everything nice and tidy. There's some fat guy in the middle of the screen here trying to get in the way. Don't know who he is. He's got IDK on his top. Some fat guy. Don't know who he is. Yeah. Anyway, as we're going along, we're looking at that battle now. Nev's up into the 2 spot. Jamie's dropped down into the 3. There's plenty of work there cut out for Jamie to do as he's working his way back through the pack now as they're coming up to back markers around the final hairpin and down the back straight away they go. Daniel's just ahead of them. They're about to put some laps on those guys, getting out of the way there for
the top drivers are Gavin Dawson,
Jamie. That's really, really good to see that. And drivers, when they're having to lap people, that the guys are mindful and, to use a Cam Waters expression, spatially aware that there's other cars coming up on them. So they give them plenty of racing room when they can to try and not impede their race. So these fast guys are onto a pretty good race so far. Pace is looking about a 25 lapper for both of them. Jamie's holding on that 2nd spot. He is chasing down. He's taking big chunks of time out of Gav. They're coming back in through the infield now. If you can see it when it goes through, Neville's running the McLaren colours, the original OG McLaren of red and white. Up into the 4th spot, we've got, third spot is Matthew Vanderhaas. Richard Price is also sneaking into there as well. He's in the 5th spot at the moment. We've got 1:25 left on the clock. And yeah, everything seems to be pretty tidy at this stage. The guys have settled into a good rhythm. It looks like it's Gavin's to lose at the moment. Which would be a shame. He's may have just had a swap for position there. I'll just have to wait for them to... Yes, there's been a swap that time around. Jamie's made a move outside of the camera shot, and he's in the lead. He's just gone across the stripe now. Gavin is in hot pursuit, going around the hairpin now. Gavi runs a little wide now. That looks like that Jamie's come back into that first spot as we come back round and over the loop. And yeah, Jamie's back into the 1 spot. Gavin's dropped into the 2. So there's a real ding-dong battle going on here. With Jamie holding on to that P1 with 45 seconds left to run. They do have some slower cars ahead of them there. They've lapped right up until Neville. So Neville's still holding on to that 3rd spot at this stage, and his McLaren, as he's just gone across the stripe this time as round as well, and the Racing Point car is in there as well. So the leaders are coming up on the back markers. So we're looking to put the 2nd and 3rd now. 3rd and 4th now down 2 laps. It's a busy little track. It's fast, and we've got 12 seconds left to run. Here we go. We're in our final 10 seconds, so this will be at the final lap to run. We're just trying to pick them up as they go across the stripe. Here we go. Now they're going to follow them around in through the sweeper and the switchback. Final turn. Down the front straight away they go. Jamie holding on to P1 into the hairpin there, in through the S section. And, there's something going wrong there. He's upside down. And Gavin takes that win, pinches the lead off him just at the last second there as he clipped the inside barrier just outside of the camera shot there. And that's going to really put a cat amongst the pigeons for the points. So far, we're not showing any dropped for the points at this stage, but Gavin's going to go away with the points lead after today, just purely on 2 wins over 1 win for... Jamie hasn't had a win yet. Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. What do I know? Just talking a whole lot of shit here. But anyway, after 4 races, we've got Gavi on 389, Jamie on 382, Martin on 381. Martin's there, took the first round with his old car, took the win. Since then, he's just played the consistence game. Neville up into the 4 spot with 289 points, equaling with Michael van der Haas, but it'll go on count back just due to more races. So yeah, that's us for this one. We'll call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. Next up, we will have modified in our next episode.